Guys, welcome to the James Bond Show. Welcome. I'm your host, Krazy Kajeevie, with no fears, limits, or substitutes. Okay, guys, so this is part 5 of my top 25 James Bond countdown. So in this one, I'm going to be going from my 5th favorite film down to my number 1. Now, I know a lot of you have been waiting for this, so we're going to get into it in just a moment, but just a little bit of housework. First of all, I want to thank all the subscribers that have stuck with me. YouTube are still unsubscribing people from the channel ever since I started to speak out against Billie Eilish. So please make sure you're subscribed, and if you haven't, make sure you whack that subscribe button, drop a like, and more importantly, give a comment. I read them all. Until I get too big. And I'm always going to read all your comments. Also, what I wanted to mention is, so I do have a couple of videos coming up now. Between now and Thursday night, I am going to be pumping out a lot of videos. Like, I'm pumping out videos. So I'm doing a special called Why Barbara Broccoli Needs to Go. Keep an eye out for it, because you are not going to want to miss that video. Why Barbara Broccoli needs to go. I think she needs to go. I think the current team at Eon need to go, and I'm going to do a video on that. Another video is going to be on, I said a while ago I wanted to do this, and it's going to be on health and fitness. And I've received some lovely comments, and even from a lovely girl at work tonight who said, "Oh, Steve, have you lost weight?" and that, and well, I kind of have. So I am losing weight, and I've been hitting the gym, and I want to talk to you about real health and fitness. And don't be afraid, guys, if you see me just going like this, because I am going to lose a lot of weight. I do crazy things, and I'm going to go all of February on just water and juice. When I do gym workout days, I'll eat about 2 eggs or 3 eggs, just for the amino acids in the yolk, not to mention the protein. But basically, I'll be living off the protein in greens, spinach, and all that through juicing. And so I'm going to go, all of February just drinking water and juicing and doing colon cleansers. So you are going to see me shrink. And if you guys like that and you want to know about it, I'm going to do a video on it, and let me know in the comments below and all that. And you feel free to ask me questions about it. So Krazy Kajeevie is going to get in the best shape of his life. Guys, let's get into this now, because I know you're waiting for it. Okay. Number 5 film. And just remember, other than Diamonds Are Forever, I love all of these James Bond films. And yeah, okay, I'll watch Diamonds if I have to. Okay, I'll watch it. But I love these films. Now, these top 5 may not be traditionally the best James Bond films, but for me, they are amazingly entertaining. Okay, so number 5. So number 6 last time, just to cap off, number 6 was GoldenEye. So number 5 is Octopussy. Now, this is a film that unfairly gets crapped on, like The Man with the Golden Gun and A View to a Kill. People sometimes call this a silly Bond film. I want to ask you all something honestly. Take out the Tarzan yell. Take out the sit to the lion. Take out, potentially, the filler-upleys, though I think that's very charming. Take those 3 things out. How is this a silly Bond film? Think about it right now. Think about it. It's not. This is one of the most violent Bond films. The second part of the film, you've got Roger Moore as Agent 007 in fine form, shooting a Russian soldier point blank in the head. Even when he's in, and one thing I can't stand for years, and these are lazy Bond fans or lazy armchair critics that do their little false reports and all their worst Bond film lists, and they talk about Bond in a clown outfit. The only silly thing about James Bond in the clown outfit was how fast it took him to get into it. When he's in it, he doesn't play anything for laughs. Roger Moore is on point. He's playing the scenes very seriously. He's so panicked and fearful that this atomic bomb is going to go off in this US base in Germany. So it's not played for laughs. So it's a really piss weak, poor example of what people use to pick on Octopussy. You've got an incredible performance by Steven Berkoff as batshit crazy General Orlov, and he is an absolute treat in this film. The PTS is mind-blowing. The PTS with the Acrostar mini jump jet is amazing. Now, yes, it's a little bit silly. You've got this spy there. He's got his arms free. He's not handcuffed. And you've got these two Cuban-style soldiers looking completely British, and they got parachutes. So, okay, there's a fourth. No, I'm going to put that in the 3 silly moments because I don't think the filler-up is. I think the filler-up is so charming and good. So you take those 3 moments out of the film, and it is just amazing. It's so inventive. India's in the film, and India looks great and colourful. The Octopussy lair is fantastic. I love the crocodile mobile, the crocodile sub. And even that's not played stupidly. It's just so cool. It sneaks up. I mean, what do you want? Bond to go in there in scuba diving equipment and crocodiles eat him? So, okay, and of course you've got, okay, I'm going to put in a 4th moment, double taking camels and the tennis fight. Okay, a bit silly, but you know what? It is so charming. Octopussy is one of those films you put on with a bunch of friends, you have a few drinks, you watch it, and you just sit back and enjoy it. Now, yes, Roger Moore's looking a little bit on in this film, but it's so charming, and his banter with Q and VJ is so good. Also, Maud Adams as Octopussy is perfectly cast. Kamal Khan, he's a great Bond villain, and there's so many different villains in this. Not just Kamal Khan, but then of course you've got Gobinder as well, his henchman. And then you've got the stunning, what's her name? Christina Wayborn's character in the film. I just got mental blank because I'm tired. Magda, you've got her, and she's absolutely gorgeous. There's so much colour in this film. The stunts are incredible. Wow, I could talk about it forever. I better not. I better move on. So Octopussy's at number 5 for all those great reasons. Number four is a film that used to be in my top 3, bottom 4, bottom 3 films. This film, over the last 20 years, has grown on me. Moonraker. Why Moonraker? Moonraker, if I had to say a favourite Bond film to sit back and watch over and over, Moonraker is my all-time favourite. If I had to say for pure entertainment, yes, it's batshit crazy in places. You got the Bondola, you got Bond going in space, you've got Jaws, it's not even Jaws, it's clearly a stuntman pulling a string, and then he lands in a tent, after falling 20,000 feet out of an aeroplane. So it's crazy, I get it, guys. But I can watch it more than From Russia with Love. I can watch it more than On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Is it as good Fleming-wise? No, this is not an Ian Fleming James Bond film. We obviously know that. They're really only using the title here, and obviously Jaws is a copy of a henchman called Horror. But it's so fun, and what I love about Moonraker is the pace is incredible. And I've also done a Moonraker full review video, so check that out. But the pace of this film is amazing, and Michael Lonsdale as Hugo Drax is so kind of dry and but fun in the way he does it. Now, Ken Adams' production design is wow. And Moonraker by Shirley Bassey, she wasn't supposed to sing the song. That was actually going to be recorded by a male artist who had to be replaced, so John Barry got Shirley Bassey in to do it, and the song was literally written and recorded over 3 days. And it is, barring the other Bond songs at the end of the credits, etc., as far as main theme songs, it's my favourite song because it's so melodic and it's beautiful. And hey, who knew Krazy Kajeevie's a bit of a romantic, and I love romantic melodic songs, especially Bond theme songs like that. And Roger Moore is having so much fun in this film. It is a guilty pleasure. You can just sit back, watch it, enjoy it, and just go, this is so good. And there's so much action. The boat chase with Jaws, the beginning parachute section, dogs chasing Corey and Clary, into the woods, the Bondola chase in Venice, the cable car scene, the laser shootout in space. I mean, come on. So Moonraker is my number 4. Number 3, this film, anyone that calls this film vanilla is a complete peanut. Dr. No. Dr. No, I tell you what, if all the Bond films from the mid-90s through the Daniel Craig era in the 2000s and 10s or whatever with 20s we're into now, far out, the guy's been around for too long. But anyway, if all the films were vanilla like Dr. No, then I'll be getting that ice cream bucket, baby, crazy style, bing, 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 and I'd be licking the crap out of that ice cream bucket, because Dr. No is the best vanilla flavour you're ever going to get. It is French vanilla with macadamia nuts and everything in there. Sean Connery at his best. My goodness, he's wearing those suits. He's looking like a killer Bond. Bernard Lee, in probably arguably his best performance as M. You got Moneypenny sitting in a desk, not trouncing out and going around like the Scooby-Doo gang. This is such a guilty pleasure film for me as a Bond fan and also an Ian Fleming purist. I absolutely love Dr. No. Love it, love it, love it. And it's got the best Felix Leiter ever in Jack Lord. He is so good in this film. Joseph Wiseman as Dr. No is fantastic. I just love this film. It's classic Bond. Yes, it's obviously a bit dated. Yes, the rear projection's a bit honky-bonky by today's standards. Obviously, we don't really use rear projection anymore, not like this. I love Dr. No, so that is my number 3. So that brings me to number 2. Now, number 2 and number 1, wow, what a fight in my head it's been for these two. But I don't want to cheat you guys, and I want to pull out a 2 and a 1. But honestly, they're kind of equal to me, but I'm just going to do this for these reasons. Number 2 is the first film I ever saw at the cinema in 1989, Timothy Dalton kicking ass in License to Kill. This film is unfreaking believable. Is it perfect? Are there little bad things about it? Like some of the acting? Yes. Some of the lines of dialogue? Oh, James, I love him so much. Yes, I get it. But License to Kill is an absolute masterpiece. And anyone that turns around and says that License to Kill, oh, it's just a Miami Vice ripoff. Have you ever seen Miami Vice? Have you actually seen Miami Vice? Now, tell me this. If Miami Vice had never been filmed, you didn't see it, would any of you have the issue with it, that it was shot in Miami? It had to be in Miami. It was the drug kingpin cartel of the 1980s, and this film was shot in when? 1989. So it's not Miami Vice like at all. This thing makes Miami Vice look like a cartoon show. You know what I'm saying? So Timothy Dalton is how Ian Fleming wrote him. The scene where he goes up behind Lupe, puts a knife to her, or up over in front of her, I should say, puts a knife to her and says, "Make a sound, and you're dead." You know he means it. It's like he's gonna kill her. And then, "This is for Sharky," boom, and shoots that guy. Wow, wow, wow. David Hedison was, I think, 62 when he shot this. He was too old to play Felix. They should have brought John Terry back. Absolutely should have brought him back. But still, this is a film where the villain means business, and Robert Darby as Fran Sanchez is bloody frightening. I wish there was more Dario in it, because Benicio del Toro is batshit crazy as Dario. He is just incredible. The action is amazing, especially in Mexico with the trucks and everything is absolutely... Oh man, I just love this film. Gladys Knight's theme song is fantastic. Michael Kamen's use of the Bond theme is quite original, and it just suits the film. So License to Kill for me is a film I can watch over and over and over. And if you watch License to Kill and then you go watch GoldenEye or a Brosnan film, that's where Brosnan really sinks. You know, so Dalton was doing Bond and Ian Fleming's real incarnation of Bond way before Daniel Craig ever was doing. That brings me to my number 1 James Bond film, my favourite, the best, and I think this film is just the bee's knees. For Your Eyes Only. For Your Eyes Only is my favourite all-time James Bond film, because if you look at a Bond film, and this is why Dr. No's at number 3 as well, and License to Kill's at number 2. If you look at my top 3, if you could take yourself and put yourself in a Bond film, and you're Bond in that film, or you're a character in that film, and you go through all these adventures, what is better than For Your Eyes Only? He's hanging from a helicopter. He dumps Blofeld down a chimney stack. Yes, there's that silly line about the delicatessen, I get it. But there's a beautiful ode to Tracy. You take out a few of the silly bits like the delicatessen line and the Max talking parrot at the end of the film. Just take those two away and you've got a serious, tight, kick-ass Bond film. Now, a lot of people go, oh, but you know, the villain, Aros Gustados, he's not that, you know. You had to have a villain like him. You had to have him. Julian Glover plays him perfectly. You can't go back to a mustache twirler or to a guy that wants to be over the top and take over the world because you're dealing with an ATAC system. You know, you're not dealing with laser space battles in space anymore. So that kind of villain, when you've got the big blonde-haired villain lifting up the motorbike and, you know, and then you've got Locke as well. And then you've got, his name just came to me. The Hector Gonzalez, the guy that kills Melina's parents. Wow, wow, wow. And then you've got the Citroen 2CV car chase. You've got the snow ski scenes. How many snow ski scenes has Daniel Craig been in? How many underwater sequences has Daniel Craig done? Through the Daniel Craig era, we have been sucked dry of fun, of humour and amazing action. The action in the Daniel Craig films, except for Casino Royale, has been so average. So if you imagine yourself as Bond in a film, nothing beats For Your Eyes Only. It is just action, action, action. Now, even though they came back to Earth after Moonraker, they didn't let up on the action. And Rick Sylvester's stunt at the end, when he's going up the cliff precipice and he's rock climbing, and then he does that incredible drop. Wow, wow, wow. Also, Conti's score in this film, the score by Conti is absolutely amazing. Of course, he did The Karate Kid and he did Rocky as well. So his score is stunning. The theme song is stunning. Melina Havelock, even though she was voiced over, her voice was dubbed over, she is gorgeous and she's tough. And that is a real tough, independent Bond girl. However, she takes a step back and she lets Bond be Bond. Michael Gothard as Locke. That dude is bloody scary. You just look at him and you know this guy is an absolute nutcase. So I love this film, and even Q is kept to a little bit of a minimum, but he's still cool in it with the whole scene with, ooh, it's a nose, Q, not a banana, with the identikit scene. Obviously, Bernard Lee's not in this film. He was really, really ill, so at the time, and of course, he died a year later in 1981. So out of respect to him, Cubby refused to have an M in the film. So For Your Eyes Only, guys, it is my all-time favourite. I love it. I can just sit there and watch it over and over. Anyone calling this film boring, you don't get it. Watch the eyes, and Roger Moore is at his absolute best, and I believe this is his best over The Spy Who Loved Me because it's got better pacing, it's more serious than The Spy Who Loved Me, it's got more action than The Spy Who Loved Me. The scores are kind of, I think, slightly going to give the score to For Your Eyes Only here, just over giving it to Conti over Hamlish's score in The Spy Who Loved Me. So For Your Eyes Only for me is my favourite all-time James Bond film. And guys, I hope you rediscover it. Put it on, crank the sound up, turn the Facebook off, turn the phone off, get the lights off, and just sit there and watch it as though you are Ian Fleming's James Bond 007 having some fun. Okay guys, that's all for tonight. I have been Krazy Kajeevie for the James Bond show with no fears, limits and no substitutes, of course. And guys, until next time, keep on bonding and say hi to your mum for me.
I didn't have a #1 film. I thought GoldenEye was going to be #1.
Ah, suck it, brother. I got closer to you. Ha.